Trauma in my life means to me, as a child, every caregiver's hands I was placed in by my mother, who did not know anything about it. I was abused physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and carried that around for a long time, and used it as a source of fire to facilitate alcoholism.
When I left the service, I left with a lot of guilty feelings. I felt like I was forced out. Officially, I wasn't forced out. I just didn't re-enlist. But I didn't re-enlist based on how I was feeling emotionally and mentally at that time. So that's when the drinking, more smoking of marijuana.
I suffer from PTSD also, and a lot of times, you know, in combat environment, you want to get home the worst way, but then when you're out, it's a whole different type of ball game. I think a lot of veterans struggle with that, and a lot of them do actually volunteer to go back just to be with their guys, because we do become very close in the military. With PTSD and the addiction, a lot of times we will get, you know, nervous. Anxiety is a big factor.
When I was charged with developing a new part of the program here at Joseph House, I combined a particular curriculum that uses relapse prevention along with a mindfulness-based relapse prevention curriculum. And so I recognized pretty early on the value of mindfulness and its connection to relapse prevention.
This is the first time here at this program that I've experienced mindful yoga. I find out that it's a very enlightening experience.
Mindful yoga therapy is very helpful with PTSD and traumatic brain injury, in that these techniques help to down-regulate the nervous system, help to address the co-occurring issues of depression, anxiety that are seen with PTSD.
I find that yoga helps me get centered, more of a balance.
It helps you reflect on some of the things that's on your mind, you know, and bad things that you're going through.
It's one thing for them to intellectualize what their triggers are and what the warning signs are, but it's another thing for them to be able to actually know when they're happening, to then be able to turn them off and to use some of their other coping skills that they've learned. So the mindfulness piece has been able to allow them to be able to gain greater awareness of really what's going on with them.
The veterans can take their power back and to learn to accept today as it is today, and to work with the tools that they have to feel more comfortable, to be at peace, to find a little quiet, the stillness of mind.
City Silence is a now international network of community mindfulness gatherings. People host silence gatherings for people to sit in silence for either from 5 minutes to a whole hour in community together. But the other thing that's so awesome about the work we're doing is that it creates this sense of connectivity and bonding. Most of the men that I work with at the Joseph House, or I'd say many of them, don't look back at their time in the military as the traumatic time. They have a myriad of things that have happened to them in their lives that would resonate as traumatic to anyone. And it was really their time in the military where the world made sense, and they had comrades, they had men who would watch their back. They felt deeply connected to others, and when they come back, that goes missing. They've lost that sense of connectivity.
We share a common bond through, well, our using drugs or alcohol or both.
Guys that's very willing to help each other.
It's the counselors, and more so my fellow clients here. You know, they're very supportive. You know, and we overall we're a really close-knit group. We really are. We support each other during the hard times and also during the good times. Some people have been down a real long dark road. Some people have given up, and even those who have given up, there's a way. There's always a way. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I always thought that I was alone, and sometimes I thought I could do this thing on my own. You really can't do it, You can't do it on your own. And there's help out here, You just need to reach out and accept the help.